Grey Mountain Wind and Clouds, Teenager Counterattack Record. Chapter 1, The Shadow of the Grey Mountain. At the age of 19, Lin Qianyu's world completely collapsed. Suddenly, his father took all the money from the mine and disappeared, leaving him alone to face the wrath of the unpaid workers. The grey mining town became depressing, the workers threatened to get their hard-earned money back, and Lin Qianyu became the target of public criticism. Just as he was being surrounded and the situation was about to erupt, a teenager appeared and pulled him away from the scene. This boy's name is Xiao Yi, from another broken family in the town. With his sharp mind and unyielding will, he has become Lin Qianyu's only support. Chapter 2, Escape from the Grey Mountain. Xiao Yi arranged a route to escape, and the two took advantage of the night to cross the rugged paths of the mining area to avoid pursuit. Along the way, Xiao Yi showed extraordinary wisdom, cracked all kinds of dangers, and even used rudimentary tools to set traps to temporarily block the pursuers. They take refuge in an abandoned shack and begin to discuss the future. Lin Qianyu knows that only by leaving this mountain can he start again. Xiao Yi put forward a bold plan, to take advantage of the upcoming mining reform, grasp the mining rights, and turn around. Chapter 3, The Dream Ignites. After returning to the town, Xiao Yi helps Lin Qianyu investigate clues about his father's disappearance. They found out that their father might be targeted by local gangsters because of the huge entanglement of interests involved behind him. The two decided to start a low-key start, accumulating funds by working part-time and buying and selling on the streets. With his self-taught financial knowledge, Xiao Yi began to analyze the wind direction of mining policy and find out the best time to enter the market. They got to know a few like-minded young people in the local area, formed a small team, and started small-scale investment in operation. Chapter 4, Preliminary Examination of the Business C. Xiao Yi used his ingenuity to maneuver between the market and officialdom and obtain several key orders. Lin Qianyu has successfully established a supply chain with on-the-ground experience and connections. Their business began to expand, and gradually they became famous around the mines. But it also attracted the envy of competitors. The local miners targeted the two young men and pressured them to give up. Chapter 5, The Storm Rises Again. Lin Qianyu and Xiao Yi are facing a double attack from the gangsters in officialdom, and all kinds of conspiracies are coming. A sudden factory fire almost destroyed all their accumulation. But with their strong will and the support of the team, the two quickly rebuilt. They began to learn to use the media to expose shady scenes, win public support, and gradually grasp the right to speak. Chapter 6, The Turning Point. With the liberalization of the policy, they obtained the mining rights of a small mine and began to operate on a large scale. Xiao Yi's mind has been brought to the extreme, implementing modern management, introducing mechanized equipment, and greatly increasing production capacity. Lin Qianyu has established his credibility among grassroots workers, working hard to improve working conditions and resolve conflicts among workers. The two worked closely together, and the mine operation was gradually on the right track. Chapter 7, Hearts and Beliefs. Although the economy is gradually improving, the change of hearts and minds within the two has forced the two to face another challenge. Some core team members were tempted by interests and began to collude with their opponents privately. After a painful choice, Lin Qianyu and Xiao Yi finally eradicated the mole with harsh means and reunited the team's faith. They realized that only by sticking to their original intentions can they gain a long-term foothold in the changing world. Chapter 8, New Challenges. After many hardships, the two gradually became new stars in the mining industry, but ushered in a greater crisis. The influx of international capital has brought giant enterprises and advanced technology, and traditional small mining farms are in jeopardy. Su Yi put forward the strategy of entering diversified industries, while Lin Qianyu went to the grassroots to consolidate the labor base. They began to experiment with cross-border operations, extending from mining to logistics, manufacturing, and finance. Chapter 9, The Game of Thrones. As their influence expanded, they became embroiled in a fierce game of local power. In order to protect themselves and their team, Lin Qunyu and Xiao Yi had to learn political skills and build their own political allies. In a local election, they successfully supported their allies to come to power, breaking the monopoly of existing forces and winning a more favorable environment for their own development. Chapter 10 Together Through Thick and Thin. After years of hard work, the two have a deep friendship, like brothers. Lin Qunyu gradually came out of the shadows and became a mature entrepreneur. Xiao Yi became a clear-headed and far-sighted strategist. However, Xiao Yi gradually weakened due to health problems, and the two faced a double test of emotion and career. Under Xiao Yi's persuasion, Lin Qunyu decided to hand over more power to the team to achieve real institutionalized management of the enterprise. Chapter 11, The Light of Dawn. Xiao Yi finally passed away, and Lin Qunyu moved forward more firmly in grief. He vowed to make their dream come true, leading the town out of poverty and modernizing it. After many adjustments and reforms, their company was successfully listed and became the economic pillar of the region. What was once a gray mine has been transformed into an industrial park full of life. Chapter 12, Dreams Come True. Lin Qunyu looked back on the past, from a young man who was asked for his salary to an entrepreneur who now controls the tens of billions of industries, and he is full of emotion. He established a public welfare fund to help more young people like him from poor backgrounds, inspiring them to pursue their dreams and rewrite their destiny. Chapter 13, The Dark Tide Rises. Lin Qunyu's business has become a climate in the local area, but under the calm waves, the dark tide is quietly surging. The old mine owners and a few forces behind them were not willing to let a young man take away the benefits they had accumulated over the years. An unexplained equipment failure caused the mine to shut down for 3 days, resulting in heavy losses. Lin Qunyu immediately convened the technical team to investigate thoroughly, but found that the problem was not accidental, but deliberately sabotaged. At the same time, Xiao Yi's old friend Liu Lan suddenly appeared and brought a shocking piece of information. Someone was controlling all this behind his back, intending to catch them all. Chapter 14, Friends and Foes Are Indistinguishable. Liu Lan's identity is unknown. Is he an ally or an enemy? Lin Qunyu hesitated in his heart, but still chose to trust Xiao Yi's judgment and began a secret investigation. At the same time, he noticed that several important companions around him began to exhibit unusual behavior. There are all kinds of signs that there may be traitors lurking inside. Lin Qunyu designed a bureau to take the opportunity to test the reaction of all the core members. The results were shocking. The closest assistants were secretly in contact with competitors. Chapter 15, Broken Trust. The traitor's betrayal put Lin Qunyu almost in a desperate situation. The mine was forced to suspend mining, shareholder confidence plummeted, and rumors swirled. But Lin Qunyu didn't give up, and he secretly teamed up with truly loyal team members to develop a counterattack plan. Although Xiao Yi has passed away, his philosophy and wisdom are still Lin Qunyu's strongest backing. Lin Qunyu reintegrated resources and began to restore the company's reputation. Chapter 16, The Prelude to the Counterattack. Using intelligence warfare and marketing tactics, Lin Qunyu exposed the collusion between traitors and gangsters and handed over the evidence to law enforcement, leading to a large-scale anti-crime operation. After the storm, Lin Qunyu's business was restarted, and its image was improved to attract more investment. He understands that this is only the first battle, and that more difficult tests are yet to come. underscore 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 on. Chapter 17 Expansion and Innovation. With the gradual opening up of the mining policy, Lin Qunyu has set his sights on a broader market. Invest in new energy and environmentally friendly mineral processing technology to promote the transformation and upgrading of enterprises. He also pays attention to talent training, sets up scholarships to subsidize poor students, builds corporate culture, and forms a virtuous circle. The pain brought about by reform is inevitable, but Lin Qunyu firmly believes that only innovation can be invincible. Underscore 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 on. Chapter 18 A Fateful Encounter. During a business trip, Lin Qunyu met Yeswafei, a young and promising environmental scholar. Her ideals and persistence inspired Lin Qunyu to think more about the future. The two worked together to promote green mining projects, transforming traditional mines into eco-industrial parks, and achieving a win-win situation of economic benefits and environmental protection. This cooperation gradually developed into a deep emotion, which brought Lin Qunyu a long-lost warmth and support. Underscore 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 on. Chapter 19 A Covenant in the Storm. In the face of external pressure and internal challenges, Lin Qunyu and Yeswafei supported each other to meet the future together. They made a vow on the summit of the Ash Mountain, no matter how difficult the environment, they would protect the land and change the fate of their hometown. The combination of the two symbolizes the perfect combination of tradition and innovation, strength and warmth. Underscore 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 on. Chapter 20 The Peak Showdown. At an industrial integration conference, Lin Qunyu confronted his former rival Chen Dongxian. Chen Dongxian has international capital in hand and tries to swallow up Lin Qunyu's company. The two sides come and go, and strategies emerge one after another. With the trust and reputation accumulated over the years, Lin Qunyu has successfully attracted more partners and resisted the offensive of his opponents. In the end, in the fair market competition, Lin Qunyu stabilized his position and gained more room for development. Underscore 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 on. Chapter 21 Inheritance in the Future. Lin Qunyu knew that he could not be at the helm forever, and he began to cultivate a new generation of leaders. He has set up a special training program to invite young and promising talents to join, leading the company to diversify and internationalize. At the same time, he gives back to his hometown by improving infrastructure and promoting education so that young people in Grey Mountain have more choices and opportunities. Underscore 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 on. Chapter 22 The Rebirth of the Grey Mountain. Years later, Ash Mountain is no longer the grey, backward mining town. Lin Qunyu's career and dream are combined to rejuvenate his hometown. Former workers are now the backbone of technology, and children have the opportunity to receive a good education. Ash Mountain is steadily moving towards a future of prosperity and hope. Chapter 23 The Fog Rises Again. Just when Lin Qunyu thought that his career had reached stability, a new crisis quietly came. A sudden environmental monitoring was triggered by an anonymous report letter accusing them of illegal emissions from the mine. Although Lin Qunyu and Yeswafei invested a lot of resources to improve the environment, the report attracted great attention from the regulatory authorities. The media followed up with the report, and the negative voice filled the whole town for a while. Lin Qunyu knew that this was a new round of attacks by competitors. He had to face the test of public trust again. Underscore 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 on. Chapter 24 The Truth is Revealed. Lin Qunyu, together with Yeswafei and the technical team, worked overtime to investigate and test, and finally found out that some external forces were trying to destroy their green image with fake and true. At the same time, the people of Grey Mountain spontaneously set up an environmental monitoring group to openly support Lin Qunyu's corporate reform and resist malicious slander. Lin Qunyu held a press conference to meet frankly and show sincerity and determination. With the support of the truth and public opinion, this turmoil gradually subsided. Underscore 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 on. Chapter 25, Old Dreams Rekindled. In the face of years of hard work, Lin Qunyu did not stop moving. He decided to pay a return visit to the old mining area of Grey Mountain, which had influenced his upbringing, and to start a new round of exploration of the pain of the past and the disappearance of his father. Accidentally discovered a diary left by his father back then, revealing a lot of past secrets, and also allowing Lin Qunyu to re-understand his father's choice and helplessness back then. This memory made him cherish everything he had at the moment even more, and it also made him decide to completely wash away the grievances of the family and give his father an explanation. Chapter 26, Breaking into a Butterfly. After experiencing the baptism of family affection and self-growth, Lin Qunyu entered the second spring of his career. He joined hands with Yeswafei to promote the enterprise to the international stage. Their green mining technology has attracted multinational collaborations, and Lim has become a recognized innovation leader in the industry. As a result of these collaborations, the small town of Grey Mountain has also changed rapidly and has become a model eco-industrial city, attracting more young people to return to their hometowns to start businesses. Chapter 27, Return to the Original Intention. In a lecture, Lin said, "We are not chasing temporary success, but building a foundation for the future. Ash Mountain has given me a starting point in life, and I hope it will be a place where more people's dreams begin." This sentence touched every audience present and became a symbol of the spirit of Grey Mountain. Lin Qunyu and Yeswafei decided to set up the Grey Mountain Future Fund to fund environmental protection and education projects in remote areas to continue their social responsibility. Chapter 28, The Age is Quiet. A few years later, Lin Qunyu gradually handed over his career to the management of his juniors, and he devoted himself more to public welfare and family. He and Yeswafei formed a warm family and welcomed 2 children. The happiness of his family brought him peace like never before. He still often returns to the top of Ash Mountain, overlooking his hometown, thanking the land for teaching him perseverance and hope. Perfect ending. From a Grey Mountain boy who was betrayed by his father and pursued by workers, to becoming an entrepreneur who led his hometown to prosperity, Lin Qunyu rewrote his fate with wisdom and courage. His story tells us that even if you come from an ordinary background, as long as you have dreams and beliefs, anyone can create their own sky. The Grey Mountain is no longer gloomy, it symbolizes hope and strength, and inspires generations of people who follow their dreams. Postscript. A journey of growth, friendship, trust, and struggle. It hopes to show the dreams and struggles of young people in small towns in the wave of China's mining reform in the 90s. Every character carries the shadow of reality, and every plot contains the brilliance and darkness of human nature. I hope the stories of Lin Qunyu and Xiao Yi can inspire and move you. No matter how difficult the future is, dreams are always worth holding.